It's alive! The wasteland is reborn! I've seen the ground reaching to the sky with its outstretched arms. The wasteland is reborn! Oh!
It's good to be out here again. Damn good.
Outsider, you have arrived. Please, come closer. I have something of the utmost urgency to speak to you about. Do hurry. He doesn't like to be kept waiting. I'm so glad you're here. It's been a while since anyone's visited us, and he's been waiting for someone like yourself to arrive. If you wouldn't mind following me, I'll bring you right to him. I'm wearing the clothes of a tree minder. We shed our wasteland garments like the ones you're wearing long ago. I'm sorry. In my excitement, I got ahead of myself. I'm Tree Father Birch, and I have the great fortune of being the leader of his people, the Tree Minders. Beyond that gate is our home, Oasis. Yes, we're the Tree Minders. We're his people. If you'll just follow me inside, to the pavilion, all will be explained. Excellent. Please follow me. All will be explained soon.
Rejoice! The Great One wishes to see you. Rejoice! The Great One wishes to see you.
We will speak once we've... I can't believe you're here.
Revel, outsider, for he has chosen you.
We're very pleased to see you, outsider. Welcome.
Revel, outsider, for he has chosen you.
You are welcome amongst us, outsider.
Like the Great One himself, we welcome you with outstretched arms.
Welcome, outsider. Welcome, outsider.
You have no idea how overjoyed I am to see you. Normally, outsiders are forbidden inside Oasis, but he has made an exception. We no longer use devices like that. We cast our technology away many years ago. Everything you see around you, from the tallest tree to the smallest blade of grass, is a gift from him. He is the one who grows, he is the one who gives, and he is the one who guides. No one speaks his name out of reverence for his majesty. Thanks to him, the tree minders have a home. I understand your hesitation, but I can assure you that no harm will befall you. Is it so strange to care for one's home and keep it safe from those who would seek to exploit it? He gives to us, so we give back to him. It's an arrangement that's worked well for almost 2 decades. We shun technology and embrace nature. That's the life of a tree minder. Listen, my friend. I will forgive your insolent tone because he has asked to see you. But make no mistake, if you wish to cause trouble here, we have the means to defend ourselves. Yes, indeed it does. Sorry, I don't speak to outsiders very often, and I tend to get lost in conversation. As you approached Oasis, he said you were coming, and I was sent out to meet you personally with a request. He wishes to meet with you. You'd be the first outsider to do so in a very long time. Yes, person. To meet him, you must undergo the ceremony of purification. Once that's complete, you'll be able to speak to him. Whenever you're ready, we may begin. There's no reason to be alarmed. All that must be done is you must drink the sap from the basin here in the pavilion. The sap will purify your mind and body of anything harmful that could possibly hurt him. I understand, my friend. Preparing to meet him takes much preparation and soul-searching. You may walk about Oasis as you see fit, but please don't take too long. When you're ready to undergo the ceremony, just ask. May your spirit rest in his branches.
Think I've been here before.
We'll speak after you meet the Great One.
We aren't permitted to speak until the ceremony has completed.
Evening.
It's not wise to keep the Great One waiting.
It's not wise to keep the Great One waiting.
It's not wise to keep the Great One waiting.
Hey.
Yet, what is it you wish to talk about, my friend? Very good. Take your place in front of the basin and let's begin. We will now recite the blessing to ward off any harm the outsider may be carrying before he proceeds to the grove.
I bid you depart, agents of destruction, through the power of his divine will.
Leave our homes and bodies immediately. Live no longer in them, but pass over into places where you can harm no one.
In the name of his frondescence, I call his wrath upon you, so that wherever you may go, you bear it with you.
And, diminishing from day to day, you may disappear, except where you serve the health and good purposes of mankind. May no trace of you be found.
All this, may he be so good as to grant us, who is to come to judge the living and the dead, and the world by his verdure.
Amen. Soon, you will pass peacefully into sleep, outsider. And when you awake, you will witness his glory firsthand.
Glad to see you're finally awake. I can't believe they made you do that stupid ceremony. They listen when I talk, but they don't hear. You know what I mean? Where? You mean in here? Nah, it's just me and Herbert. He's the tree. We're old pals, the best of buddies, and we know each other inside and out, literally. Well, his name's really Bob. I think it's funny to call him Herbert, but I don't think he thinks it's that funny. Well, you're quite clever. See, Bob used to ride around on top of my head. Sunk his roots right in there, you know. Well, eventually he got bigger than me, and then I pretty much ended up inside. It was a long time ago. I tend to lose track. I was exploring some sort of a military base with some other people. I think it was called Mariposa. Mariposa. We were pretty deep inside and we found some weird vats of this nasty green goo. Right when we were about to leave, I think we were attacked. Yeah. Last thing I remember before blacking out was something knocking my friend into the stuff. Yes, I do. Or, I guess, we do. Me and Bob, that is. I had you brought in here to ask a very simple favor. Would you please kill me? I wish it was that simple. No. There's only one way you're gonna be able to do this for me. Now, how exactly am I supposed to do that? I can barely move anymore. Thanks to Bob, I'm obviously not going to be doing anything for a very long time. Well, I used to carry those pesky caps a long time ago, but I think my pockets are in those shrubs over yonder. I'm pretty sure the caves below me are full of all kinds of nifty gizmos you could take on your way to my heart. Help yourself. Oh, no, don't worry about them. When you decide to go down there, I'll have a little chat with Birch and the rest of the gang. They usually don't understand a word I say, but I'll make them come around. How to put this? I've been feeling rather spread out lately. I think Bob's kinda shoved my insides around some. It's hard to tell where everything is, but it's always that way with one's insides, isn't it? Anyway, I believe Bob's carried some of my organs into his root system. I want you to go underground and destroy my heart. I know this is an unusual request, but hey, I'm an unusual tree, huh? Well, Bob is, anyway. We'll just keep it an open invitation then. I don't want to wait until the next person visits. It could be years. You're all I've got! No, Herbert is the tree. Bob is his real name, but I call him Herbert, 'cause I think it's pretty funny. But I'm still in here too. What's left of me? The name's Harold. Look, Herbert, he's back. I told you. Yeah, I'll leave it to good old Bob to get me stuck above some caves. Now, my dang feet are cold. I think the best way for you to get down there would be to get the key from the one those loonies call Cypress. There's supposed to be some old gate or something back in the other grove. Sometimes I feel stuff tickling me, but I think that's just Bob getting back at me for all the times I called him Herbert. Okay. I've been literally rooted to this spot, thanks to Bob, for maybe 20 or 30 years. I can't even remember anymore. Can you imagine being stuck in one place for that long? Not being able to eat or to read or to sleep or anything? In the meantime, I have these tree minders bothering me every day about things I don't even care about. And I can't stand it anymore! Hey, I thought that too. At first. I had them sing me songs. I made them do stupid dances and things like that. Bob even told me to make Maple stand on his head for a whole day. A whole day! A whole dang day! After a while, though, it just gets boring. Then it becomes a nuisance, and now it's completely driving me nuts! When I saw you coming towards Oasis, I thought I felt that you'd understand me. I guess I was wrong. Yeah, you have a point there. Maybe I'm just losing my marbles from all this boredom. I swear, if I try real hard, I can see all around me, like my eyes are in every leaf on every tree. I think it's making Bob kind of jealous, 'cause he was the first tree in my life, and all that. It's kinda embarrassing, really. Once a year, Bob decides he's gonna go ahead and start growing these weird pods filled with tiny seeds. Well, all it takes is a good wind and the seeds just fly everywhere. I call them Herbert's seeds. He hates that. Oh, no. Fire would be too painful for me and poor old Bob. You keep that stuff away from us. The heart would be just fine, and I won't feel a thing. See you later. Well, maybe not if you do what I've asked.
Yeah, kid, what do you need? Sure, give me whatever you got. Yeah, let's get to the action.
And I'm telling you, you've got it all wrong. Why else would he have called for an outsider's assistance?
The outsider is here to deliver us from our enemies, to keep this place safely locked away from the wasteland, not to exploit us.
How can we preach about peace when all you want to do is keep his gift all to ourselves? That's not what he would want.
If we allow the spread of this miracle to continue, we're putting him in jeopardy. I can't allow that. I won't allow it.
Once again, my husband, we are at an impasse. I suggest we speak to the outsider.
Agreed. Why else would the outsider have been allowed into the grove? Perhaps it's a test. Yes, that must be it. I know why you're here, and despite what my wife thinks, I know you'll do what's best for Oasis. After all, he chose you, and he would never want to put us in harm's way. Oh, he's testing you now, just like he tested us. He wants to see if your faith is strong by spinning these incredible stories. Who else but a god could produce all of this? Don't worry, you'll soon see things as I do. The Great One does tend to speak in riddles, but if that is his way, then so be it. My talks with him have become quite puzzling of late. I think he's beginning to fear his future. The Great One's influence is growing, and soon it will break free of the confines of this secluded vale. We can't allow Oasis to call attention to itself like that. It would be the end of him. I've had enough of your blasphemy. I've tolerated it this long because you're an outsider, but no more. If you wish to test me again, you'll find yourself banished from Oasis. You misinterpret his words, my friend. He wants you to extinguish that which seeks to make him vulnerable. If the same sap that you drank to purify yourself could be applied to his heart, it should stop the spread. I can promise you no harm would come to him. That's all I ask of you, outsider. Nothing more, nothing less.
I love Birch, but sometimes I think he doesn't see the big picture. The spreading of his influence is not a curse. It's a great miracle, a benefit meant for the entire wasteland. Of course we do. He yearns to share his miracles with the whole world, to give the gift of life back to the dead wasteland. It's upsetting him to no end, but Birch can't see the pain it's causing. But now that you're here, I have a feeling the winds are about to change. I heard what my husband wanted you to do. What I propose is an alternative. The same person that created the sap also created this liniment. If you can reach his heart, it will assist in making his influence increase. Instead of centuries, the wasteland will become green in mere decades. Just imagine how glorious that would be.
You're a guest among us, and quite welcome, outsider. So you're the outsider, huh? You seem nice to me. They're the best parents ever. My parents told me never to go past the old gate. There are monsters in there. Oh, you mean Harold? He's really nice. Sometimes when I get really lonely, I go into the grove and talk to him. Sometimes I even curl up all cozy-like and sleep next to his roots after I have a bad dream. I tell him what I'm scared of, and he tells me what he's scared of. It makes me feel better knowing I'm not the only one. Aw, I never knew an outsider could be scared of anything. Harold told me that he's scared of fire. If fire ever got on him, it would burn him and Bob until they were all gone. That's why we keep the fires far away from him. That's okay. I like talking about Harold. He's really nice. He's my best friend. Sometimes I even curl up all cozy-like and sleep next to his roots after I have a bad dream. I tell him what I'm scared of, and he tells me what he's scared of. It makes me feel better knowing I'm not the only one. I was born here, silly. Just get born, I guess. You're funny. Goodbye, outsider.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles, outsider.
Branchtender Cypress at your service. Welcome to our little home.
I wish they wouldn't argue so much. It makes everyone uncomfortable. I was an outsider like yourself, wandering the world aimlessly, wasting my life trying to seek my fortune. When my eyes beheld the splendor of Oasis, I knew I'd found a holy place. Tree Father Birch allowed me to stay, and I've been here ever since. Actually, you already did some of it. I had to do the ceremony and meet with the Great One. Then Tree Father Birch taught me everything I needed to know about Oasis and how it has to remain a secret. That's why I'm so worried. I just think letting this place spread into the wasteland would be an unwise decision. Exactly. I was out there once, like you. I wandered the wasteland for many years. All I saw was poverty, famine, sickness, hate, and death everywhere I turned. But this place isn't anything like that. We can't let all that evil inside here. We just can't. Sure. Here you go. Good luck to you. Like I said before, thanks to Tree Father Birch, I learned everything I needed to know about Oasis and how it has to remain a secret. That's why I'm so worried. I just think letting this place spread into the wasteland would be an unwise decision. May the Great One bless you.
Yes, what can I do for you on this beautiful day? I think this place would be lost if it weren't for them. There's no telling what fate may have befallen the Great One if someone like the godless raiders had gotten here first. He is the Great One, the Tree Father of Tree Fathers. There is no greater being in the world than he. I've dedicated my life to protecting this place from the outside world, and I will never fail in that duty. I was brought here by his will. I heard his calling, and I followed. I believe only a few are worthy enough to find this place, and I'm honored to be among them. That's why I dread the day Oasis overgrows its boundaries. I suppose so, but you found it. How many others will stumble across Oasis? Will they be friendly? I'm worried, outsider. I'm truly worried. I had to accept the ideals of Tree Father Birch and cast away my dependence on technology. I was brought here by his will. I heard his calling, and I followed. Isn't it wonderful? May the sap of his wisdom sustain you.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles outside.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Bloomseer Poplar, soothsayer and healer of Oasis. It brings me great honor to welcome you. Lately, things have gotten a bit worse between them. It sometimes takes months for them to agree on things. I know they love each other greatly, but I'm afraid the strain of leadership is tearing them apart. Be wary of the water in the caves. I fear they still carry the sting of radiation from the bombs. In what we call the harvest month, the Great One creates seeds among his branches within seed pods. At the end of this time, the pods open and the seeds are carried quite easily upon the wind. It's quite beautiful. Wherever the seeds take purchase, they grow into trees, plants, grass, or all manner of wonderful things. He's not my God. He's everyone's God. You, me, everyone. This place isn't meant just for the tree minders. It's for all mankind. You'd think they'd realize that this place won't remain a secret forever. The caravans know about it, and you happened upon it. How long before someone comes to take this place by force? No, I say allow Oasis to grow, and that issue becomes moot. Like I said, he's everyone's God. This place isn't meant just for the tree minders. It's for all mankind. My father was a healer like myself. He had the most curious books I would read about trees and plants and their medicinal properties. Many years later, I heard a rumor about a place such as this. I spent a decade in search of it. I've been in this wonderful place for over 15 years now. I was the third one to arrive here in Oasis. Tree Father Birch was a bit wary at first, but Leaf Mother Laurel convinced him to let me stay. If she hadn't been around, I doubt Birch would have ever let me stay here. After a while, they taught me their ways, and together we developed the ceremony of purification that you undertook. I trust we'll meet again, outsider.
Cast aside your bits of technology and marvel at his miracles, outsider. It's very nice to meet you, outsider. I'm Branchtender Linden. I've only known them for a very short time, but when I first arrived, they immediately took me in and treated me just like a son. There aren't many people in the world left like that. Oasis is located near what used to be an old mining town before the bombs fell. When the attack started about 200 years ago, many people took shelter in the natural caves that dotted the area. The old gate that stands at the mouth of Oasis Cave is the last piece of architecture from those days. Well, I'm not so sure the Great One is a god. I mean, I don't believe in that sort of thing. However, I am beginning to realize he's special, something greater than any of the creatures in the wasteland. I was found dying in the wastes not far from here by a trader caravan. They knew about this place and brought me to Bloomseer Poplar. She nursed me back to health, and I've stayed ever since. I was a Brotherhood of Steel outcast. We had a deep patrol out here looking for some tech, and they got jumped by some Deathclaws. They shredded everyone else and left me bleeding to death. If it wasn't for Oasis and Bloomseer Poplar, I'd be dead right now. Honestly, I've never seen anything like this place. It's beautiful. It's a shame only a few people will ever get to see it. I sort of fell into it, I guess. I woke up here and I just stayed. After a while, I became one of them. There isn't much more to the story. I was dying and these people saved my life, so here I'll remain. Farewell, outsider.
I forgot how fucked up everything was out here.
You're a guest among us and quite welcome, outsider. You have questions for me, outsider? If the Great One knows you to be worthy of his grace, he will allow you to pass through to his heart. Certainly, please ask them. The Great One has not yet allowed us entry below ground. We were uncertain as to why until you arrived. The liniment was made by Bloomseer Poplar. Her knowledge of his gifts and how they can be used to help us is nothing short of astounding. The entrance to the caves is to the southwest of the pavilion. Yes? Please, go right ahead. I'm afraid I can take none of the credit for my husband's creation. I arrived perhaps a year after him, well after he established the tree minders. Without his blessing, we would not allow an outsider inside this veil. Although we would welcome you with open arms, you are obviously drawn here to help us. What remains to be seen is what that help turns out to be. Yes? May the Great One bless you.
You're a guest among us, and quite welcome, outsider.
Welcome, outsider. Welcome to Oasis. Yes, outsider, what is it? Just like a cancer would infest our bodies, the caves below us are infested with vermin. You'd do well to be cautious down there. We've lost a few tree minders in the past. By all means, ask away. I would if I was able, but he will not allow us entry. His roots bar the door, and we have yet to earn the right to pass. Of course I am. I know everything that goes on in Oasis. Laurel is free to pursue whatever path she chooses. A long time ago, it was agreed that the Tree Father and the Leaf Mother hold equal say. I don't seek to change those customs. I just hope when the time comes, you'll make the right choice. Bloomseer Poplar has a unique understanding of the innate power that lay dormant in the plants you see around you. She created the sap with the knowledge she brought to us from the wasteland. You'll find the entrance in the southwestern part of Oasis. Go on. Of course, we're quite open about everything here. When I first beheld the glory of the Great One, I knew there'd be others who would seek to do him harm. I also knew he would be calling others that he felt were pure of heart to protect him. Right then and there, I created the Tree Minders, the Great One's last line of defense. If the outsider doesn't have his blessing, we simply deny him entry to our home. If they persist on trying to gain entry, or display any hostile act that could potentially harm the Great One, we take action. If the outsider were a raider or some other nefarious type, we ensure they don't report our location back to their comrades. Becoming a disciple of the Great One takes many years of dedication and the will to cast aside your reliance on technological conveniences. However, I feel you've been sent here for a higher purpose and could be more instrumental in our future than a mere tree minder. The first part of our name represents our role in the tree minders. The youngest are the saplings, still learning what it means to live in Oasis. The Branchtenders are our guardians and keep our home safe. Our healers and soothsayers are known as Bloomseers. Finally, the Tree Father and the Leaf Mother are the creators and the upholders of the Great One's laws. Go on. I'm afraid the water still bears the mark of man's greed. It's his reminder of what we once were. Perhaps one day he will see fit to lift this punishment, but I fear we have yet to command his full respect. Have no fear, outsider. I know you'll make a wise decision.
You're a guest among us, and quite welcome outside.
What are we standing around here for when there's plenty of action around? Don't piss around. I don't want to be standing here with my thumb up my ass all day.
Welcome, outsider. Welcome to Oasis. The Great One is dead, slain by your hand. Don't worry, I hold no grudge towards you. You'll have to forgive my people at a time like this, outsider. They aren't used to being so lost. And for once, I don't have the words to help them. No, outsider. My anger lay not with you, but with myself. Before you reached his heart, he imparted his last words to me. He told me about his will to die, and how I mistook this for some mystical sign. How could I have been so blind? How could I have misled all these people? Perhaps if I would have spent more time getting to know him, things would have turned out different. Even though the Great One has left us, our memories of him will never die. With Bloomseer Poplar's help, I'm confident we can keep Oasis alive and carry on as tree minders. Go now, outsider. Go, but never forget the gifts the Great One bestowed upon us.
It can't be. It just can't be. Hey, my second best friend in the whole wide world. Now that Harold's gone, I lost my bestest friend. All I want to do is cry. Yeah, I think you're pretty swell for someone from out there. And you were really nice to me too. I was gonna give this to my bestest friend Harold, but he doesn't have pockets, the silly head. This is a charm that my parents gave me for my 5th birthday. It's really neat. Take it. May your spirit rest in his branches.
What is it, outsider? Look to the future and seek the true meaning of what transpired here. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'll find it. I see a clash between insects and industry and the men that control them. Please, I must rest a day's time before I can again see into the future. I find the experience quite draining. Farewell, outsider. What is it now, outsider? I'll mourn him with every ounce of my being. This has been a tremendous loss to the world. If anything, this place will become a memorial to him, lest we may forget. May your spirit rest in his branches.
What do you want? I'll do what I do best. I'll make sure Oasis never falls, even if it means my own death. Farewell, outsider.
What is it you need, outsider? I'll remain here and help in any way that I can. I owe them my life, and I intend to repay that debt until my last breath. May the Great One bless you.
Are we actually gonna do something, or am I gonna stand here all day? What the fuck, man? I've been standing here forever. Right on, I'm ready for more action. Yeah, let's get to the action. Damn it.
It can't be. It just can't be.
Yes, outsider. Whatever the Tree Father or Leaf Mother would have me do, I'm still theirs to obey. May the Great One bless you.